Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we have the 8-week or 2-month update on the 5-way sealant test that we have going currently on the channel. I do apologize for missing a couple of videos. I did a 6-week wash off camera and yeah, missed the 7-week, and this is the 8-week. So been really busy, had a lot going on, just haven't had a chance to film these. But hopefully you guys are still keen to watch them. So here is the 5 products we have in the order that they're applied on the panel. Gtechniq C2V3, Bowden's own Bead machine, Lithium Ceramic Slam, Mirch Bead King, and IGL Premier. So yeah, 2 months ago we applied the 5 products, 2 coats on all, and yeah, it has sat outside in the sun, the wind, the rain. You see it's very dirty at the moment after 2 weeks. And yeah, it's copped a little bit of abuse in that time. So let's just start off with a rinse, see how they're looking. So I will say the Gtechniq is pretty much dead, as you guys can see just in the rinse, but we will wash it and give it a chance. And yeah, the rest still looking like they're hanging on quite well, some better than others. So yeah, nice little rinse down first. Then we'll grab our wash mitt. And we'll just give it a quick contact wash with some Carpro Reset. As I do this, let's just point out, as we wash the Mirch, you can see it still is just rejecting the car soap. So very chemical resistant by the looks, and also a 2-month update for how they're looking, like depth wise and everything. The Mirch still super dark compared to the rest. So I don't know if you guys can see that, if that comes through on camera. That Mirch is like rejected all the soap and water, even as you're wiping it on. So pretty crazy. The IGL, I'd say, is second in that sort of area. That's not something I'm really testing for, but just as washing them every week, I have noticed that. So yeah, pretty interesting. All right, so it's been 30 seconds or so since I rinsed. The Gtechniq is still slowly sheeting that water off. So I mean, it's clearly still there, but yeah, it's pretty dead. I actually thought it was a bit worse just from watching it in the rain without a wash. It looked like it was completely dead, but that wash has definitely done something. You can see it's still sheeting most of the water off, so it's still on the car, but we'll flood that section, and yeah, you guys can get an idea just how long that takes to sheet that water off. So you can see it starting there, making its way along, and will eventually sheet that water. So yeah, pretty slow compared to the rest, but it's still doing something at the 2-month mark, I guess you could say. So next one along, we have the Bowden's own. So we'll try and flood that. Haven't been able to yet at this stage, completely. And yeah, you can see, still just a little bit too hydrophobic to completely flood that section. So we'll do the best we can. And then that water comes off pretty quick. So yeah, still looking good, 2 months. I'd say that is performing quite well. So next along, try and get it so you guys can see the product written down the bottom. Lithium, haven't been able to completely flood this one as yet, so now we are able to adjust, but then you can see that water, that sheets off really quickly and in a straight, nice line. So it is, to get completely flooded, it isn't easy. Really have to get the right angles, and yeah, that water, that's flooding off really nicely. I'm going to, you guys can still see the Bowden a little bit. So yeah, Bowden's a little bit more hydrophobic, it seems, at this stage. They were pretty even for a while there. Move this back a little bit more. There we go. All right, so the Mirch. Now this one has been the surprise, I'm going to be honest. So let's see at 2 months how it's looking. Oh, I'm going to say that's the most hydrophobic so far. Not even close to being able to flood that. And that water is running off the fastest out of all of those 3 so far that we are still getting good water behaviour from. Okay, definitely. Yeah, Mirch, really looking good. So the first rinse I thought, oh, okay, it's not going to win or anything. It's not going to be in the top because it started off not as hydrophobic as say the IGL, the Lithium and the Bowdens. I didn't think it was just a tiny bit down, but I feel like it hasn't really budged at all since then. So it just wasn't crazy hydrophobic from the very start, but it wasn't bad, and it's basically stayed. Like it was really good. It wasn't, I'd say, next level like the other 3 started off, but then yeah, it's kind of stayed exactly as it was. So the IGL now, this one, we noticed a bit of a dip in the last wash that I filmed, and then the wash I did after that, I noticed it even more. So you can see we are just about able to completely flood that. So I'd say, yeah, it's just probably sitting at about 1/3 now. I'd say slightly behind the Bowdens. So I'm going to say, yeah, Mirch looking the best. Bowden 2nd, IGL 3rd, and Lithium 4th. But those 4 really are like pretty close. Wouldn't really say like it's the easy 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Let's just go over with the whole panel now. You get a good look at all of them. The way the water reacts. You can clearly see that Mirch. Okay, so I've just blown the panel dry. Let's just go ahead, mist over the entire thing. Okay, that should about do it. And we will swap over cameras so I can get you guys in nice and close. And I actually forgot to grab the light for the top of my GoPro, so we'll use this as light. I don't know if that's too much. So IGL, so definitely not as it was looking, but still beading up really nicely. I think when we hold the hose on there in the mist function, we'll see more of a difference. I don't know if that light's like too much. So yeah, that's still looking good. The Mirch, looking, I don't know, yeah, actually maybe a little bit better than the IGL. Let's see if I take the light away, it's probably better. Yeah, probably better without the light. So there is the IGL. You can see they're a little bit off round now, whereas these Mirch ones just look a little bit more round. Not much in it at all, but just pointing out what I can see. The Lithium now, yeah, looking pretty similar to the IGL. So it's still really nice beads, but not that perfect round tight beading. It's still pretty tight, but yeah, not perfect. Next up, the Bowdens. And yeah, they're looking pretty good, but again, none of them are as they were. None of them are just the perfect round beads of a few weeks ago, as you'd expect, because it has been 2 months. They're starting to get some failures happening. Not failures, but I mean, this one, probably, you could say that about, because yeah, those aren't really beading up. They're looking pretty similar to the untouched section underneath. So yeah, the Gtechniq's not doing too well. Let's pick the hose back up and let's hold that on. Now I can't remember what product this happened with a while ago. We get these weird lines. So I don't know if you guys can see that. It's got these weird lines in it. I had a product do this in another previous test. kind of weird, because you can see it starting up here. So I don't know if that's anything to notice, but it's kind of happening right down the center of the panel. But otherwise, if we try and overlook that sort of flat line section, which is really weird, it's like some sort of chemicals drip down it. And yeah, but yeah, still looking really good. Super hydrophobic for the IGL, and those beads, as they collect more and more water, they get nice and large. The Mirch, also got one of these lines, so I dare say that something has dripped into this. Just the one there, but yeah, the Mirch is definitely looking more hydrophobic. Sorry, I probably couldn't see that, than the IGL. Yeah, definitely, look at that. The lithium. Okay, so lithium, you can see that water sort of sticking around. Yeah, so not to come across. Look at the way the water reacts. So lithium's not quite looking as good as the Mirch and the IGL. I'm going to come back to that IGL. Yeah, IGL's still looking a little bit better than lithium. Not much in it. And sorry, I forgot to show you the larger beads from the Bead King, from the Mirch Bead King, and from the lithium. So yeah, those are both looking really good still. The Bowden's own, definitely above the lithium. Yeah, I'm going to say this one looking better than the IGL. That water is immediate. There's no sort of instant sticking, like I'll show you that on here, I guess, on the Gtechniq. So you can see that water just instantly sticks. So we get a little bit of that on the lithium. We don't get that on the Mirch, and we don't get that on the Bowdens. And we kind of get it on the IGL. It's just these weird lines. I'm going to try up here. Yeah, look, the IGL, I'm going to say, isn't quite on the level with the Mirch and the Bowdens, but I'm going to say the Mirch is probably our most hydrophobic now. Yeah. I'm going to go with the Mirch looking into first place. That's pretty crazy. Bowdens into second, IGL into third, and lithium into fourth. Now, all four of these are still looking really good. To say that, you know, this is first and this is fourth, there's not much in them at all, as you guys can see. If you had any of these on your car at the 2 month stage, you'd still be thinking, oh, these are doing really well. I'm pretty happy with this. The only one that I wouldn't be saying that about is the Gtechniq. I did pose a question to you guys, because I see a lot of people, every time someone asks for a good quality sealant, everyone is, well, not everyone, but a lot of people are just like, yep, Gtechniq C2V3, best thing ever. I'm not getting that. So I did ask guys who have used it, and had a few people who have used it and said they were pretty disappointed. They didn't see the hype. I didn't say anyone, I did offer, like, did I apply it improperly? Go back, watch my first application videos. There's something wrong with that. I was going to do another little section up here, but no one really said to worry about that. So I'm just going to say that the Gtechniq, a little bit disappointing. Not anywhere impressive to me. There's been a lot more impressive products that we've tested over the last, it's been over a year now for this channel, and we've gone through a lot of these sealant tests, and yeah, Gtechniq's in, like, there's always been one or two that have been below everyone else in the test. That's Gtechniq in this test. These are the four, pretty impressive. So yeah, I'm really interested to see what happens with these four in the next test. Now, I'm not going to promise that I'll do a 9-week update, but maybe. I'll just see how I go for time. I've just got a lot going on at the moment. So doing these, I normally, when I get to the 2 month update, I normally go every 2 weeks. I did have Ian P, who, shout out to him, always commenting on every video. He did say he'd like to see weekly updates so we can see the differences in real time rather than 2 weeks. So I will try to do that, but no promises. Either way, that's going to be it for this one. So 2 month update. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it and are enjoying the series. I will be back in either 1 or 2 weeks for this. Otherwise, we've got other videos to come up either way. So subscribe if you're not already to see more of this and more other detailing product videos. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this one and who you think is going to win from here on. I'm really interested to see what you guys think. I'm kind of leaning towards it might be the Mirch. Going by how much it's still resisting the soap, it still seems to be very chemical resistant. Oh, can't even get that word out, resistant. So I'm thinking it's going to really hold out for a little bit longer, but we all know that Bowden's bead machine, up to 4 months, it just keeps really going and going. So yeah, leave the video a like and I will catch you guys next time.